Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time, and hit that bell icon because that will alert you to when I post a new video. Today I'm really excited because we're going to learn how to use our engraving tool. Now keep in mind this tool is only for your Cricut Maker, but it's a really fun tool and you can do a lot with it. So if you have a Maker, highly recommend it. Today we're going to learn how to make a really fun bracelet, and I don't know if you guys can see the engraving on this, but hopefully you can. I just did a little bit of a flower and my name, but we're going to make some other ones that are really fun with our engraver. All you'll need to do this, I got this kit here, and it's by Impressions Art, and it comes with 7 bracelets and a bender tool, which I have not bent this one yet, but we will. And then you just need your engraver and your maker. So let's go over to Design Space so we can get started on making a bracelet. In Design Space, we've already measured our bracelet. So we know that it's about 6 inches long and a little over ½ an inch wide. So we're going to make a shape so that we have a space to work with. So we're going to use our square. And we're going to unlock it. And we just need to make it 6 inches wide. So put 6 up in the W. And I'm going to make it a ½ inch high. So that's the space that we have to work with. And I know that that seems super small, but trust me, you've got enough space so we can make it work. Now we're going to take and open some text, and we're just going to put dreams don't, let's see, dreams don't work. I don't know if that's the quote I was looking for. Let me see. What we're going to do, let's look for short inspirational quotes because I already forgot what the quote was. I should have written it down, but I did find it. It was something about dreams. I don't know. But you can put anything on here. Like I did my name on the other one, but there was one that said something about dreams, which I thought was really good. Just thought it was a good one, and it made a lot of sense for life. So now we just have to find it again. And honestly, you can do anything you want on these. You can do your dog's names, your cat's names. And if I can't find that quote in about 3 seconds, which I'm sure you guys are like, it's right there, but I just don't see it. So I may just say screw it and put my dog's name on here. All right, we're going to do that. Let's just do that instead. So we're going to put my dog's name on here, and we'll do some paw prints because that'll be really cute. So her name is Chevy, and you are going to want to go up here and pick a font. Now with the engraver, you can kind of pick anything that you want. It's just going to depend on the style you want to go for. If you choose something that's really skinny and thin, it's going to be a single line. If you choose something a little more bold, it's going to kind of be more of like a block letter. So for Chevy's name, we'll just do something pretty simple. And we'll do something like that. And then I'm going to go up here to your line type, and you can change it to engrave. And you'll see that it's going to engrave the outside of these words. So what we're going to do is unlock our word, because I kind of want to stretch it and make it fit into my space. And you're going to want to make it just a bit smaller than your ½ an inch. And again, you can mess around with this, do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect right here. I'm just going to go into the images, and I'm just going to find a paw print. Nothing crazy. And you guys can get as super creative as you want with these. I'm just going to throw this one together really fast for you guys so you get an idea of how to work with your engraver. So we're just going to insert the paw print. And you can use any image as well. And then you just change your line type again up at the top. And you just change it to engrave. And then you make it small enough that it's going to fit in your bracelet space. And you can make a couple. You can make one. You can do whatever you want to do with them. Does not matter. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this and just put one on either side of this little dude. Okay, and we'll do that. Perfect. Or at least close enough to perfect. So what I'm going to do is get rid of the rectangle. We don't need that anymore. And I'm going to select both of these items, or all 3 of these items. I'm just going to align their bottoms just so they're all even, because I know that one paw print was too high. And then I'm going to attach them. That way it doesn't move them around, because I want the 2 paw prints where I put them. What you're going to do now is click Make It. And we're going to go over to the map so I can show you how to load your bracelet so that it's going to write on the correct spot. For this part of the bracelet making, you're going to want to take the protective film off of one side of your bracelet. You could take it off of both, but I like to just take it off of one. And what I do is I line the bottom of my bracelet up with one of the grid lines and the edge of the bracelet up with a grid line, and I never use the very top. Always go down at least a little bit. I'm going to press that down, and you want to use some painter's tape. And you're just going to put a little bit of painter's tape on either end of the bracelet. You're just going to stick it down. And that's just to hold your bracelet in place while the engraver is working, because this is just a regular old Cricut mat. It's not really going to hold metal very well, so you're going to want to do this on any of the mats that you use. So we've done this, so we know where our bracelet is lined up. So let's go back over to Design Space so I can show you guys how to line up on there. Now that you've put your bracelet blank onto your mat, you're going to figure out about where center is on your mat, which it should be right about at the 4, and then you know that you have it lined up with the 1 line. So the center of this is going to be about that E, and then I just want to line it up just a hair above that 1 line, and I'm talking just a little tiny bit. You don't want to go crazy, you don't want to do too much. You just want to go a little bit above, which that's probably pretty good. You're going to click on Continue. And with any luck, our machine will load the first time. It's going to tell me no device found. I don't know why it likes to do that, but let's see if it can start unplugging it and plugging it back in and see if it'll find it. I know a lot of people have been having that issue where it doesn't want to find stuff. So you'll see that it doesn't allow you to choose a lot of things when you have the engraving tool in, which is fine. So we're using metal. So we're going to just search for metal. And we're using stainless steel. You're going to see that this has a much higher pressure than some of the others. So we'll select stainless steel. You're going to click on Done. It's going to tell you to make sure that you've loaded your engraving tool, and we can load our mat. So let's go back over to the machine. We're ready to load the mat, so you're just going to load it just like you would any other normal project. And we're going to click on the Go button, the little Cricut guy, and it's going to detect our tool. When you're using your engraving tool, one of the things that you want to be aware of is that the tool may stop and spin a bunch. I'm not 100% sure why it does it. I think it has something to do with like when it gets the debris on it, because it does make a little bit of debris when it is engraving, but it will sometimes spin and lift and things. So don't fret if that's what it does. It's totally normal, and hopefully it'll do it for you guys. I'm gonna let you guys watch this one cut or engrave as I bump the mat, because it's a really fun process, and it actually is pretty quick depending on your design. Since this one's a pretty simple design, it shouldn't take very long to do at all. I have to say that I'm very pleased with how well the engraving tip works. It is a nice tool. So far, I have engraved several things and have had no issues, except when I forgot to put some painter's tape down. That one I did have a few issues. I don't know if this one's going to lift and spin at all for you guys, just because it's a pretty simple project, didn't have a lot to it. And of course, the one time I wanted to lift and spin, it doesn't. So we'll go ahead and unload our mat. We're going to pull this off. Again, you just peel off your painter's tape. It's totally safe for your mat. And we'll just put this to the side and look at our bracelet. Try to make sure you guys can see it. It's a little hard to see just because it's so bright, but look at how cool that is. Isn't that fun? It does such a nice job. You can do this on like dog tags, bracelets, all sorts of stuff. So let's get the bender so we can bend our bracelet. So I'm going to be honest here, I have not bent one yet, so we're going to bend this live on camera. So apparently what you do is you take your bracelet and you put it in this little holder piece. So there's like a lip, and then all you do is pull your bracelet back, and you apparently have to pick it up because you do need to bend it quite a bit. You bend it all the way to this part, like right here. So one part is bent. Now I didn't take the adhesive or the protective stuff off the back. We'll get that once we've bent it. And then you're just going to do that apparently to the other side. Same way, you're just going to push it back. This is actually pretty easy. And you'll just push it back. Now obviously you can bend these as far as you want them to go. If you have a bigger wrist or a smaller wrist, you can obviously bend them a lot more. And once you've got it kind of bent, you can bend it yourself with your hands. But I will need to bend mine a little bit more just because it is really loose on my wrist. So let me pop it off really quick and get it just a little bit closer. There we go. That's much better. Look at how fun that is. And now you guys have your own personalized bracelets. I know it's so hard. I wish I could get like a really nice view of this for you guys. Look at how easy this was though. This was a super easy project, and think of how gorgeous these are going to be for your holiday gifts and, you know, wedding gifts, things like that. Just a nice commemorative item. The bracelets themselves were really inexpensive, and I think they're nice quality. They don't feel super cheap, which is nice. And I'll just throw it. And you can see they're really pretty thick. They're really nice. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Hit the bell icon, that will let you know when I post a new video. I hope you guys had a really fun time learning how to make these really fun personalized metal bracelets. Have a great day and happy crafting!